There we are, buddy.
There we are, man.
It's Wednesday.
No, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Old fuck.
It's Thursday, but it feels like Wednesday.
The days are long.
How was your Halloween?
Oh, it was nice.
Yeah.
The day seems super long because I wake up at 5 every morning.
Yeah.
Every morning. By the
This
time
is what
3
I'm
o'clock
doing now.
hits, it's like, you know what? Is it the next week? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Old Bryan, who has the energy of 6 men, here's what you don't want to do with me. You don't want to give me 8 hours of sleep and give me 2 cups of coffee because I'm
go
ready
all
to
day?
fight and run a marathon at the same time.
That's
Now,
a good thing, dude.
It's a very good thing.
A lot of guys have erectile dysfunction
Yep.
at your age.
I can cut
and their
glass
hair
with my
is-
dick, and I'll show you right now. I got a
know.
hard on now.
Dude, I've seen it with my own eyes.
Thank you. Now, so I got that going for me. The thing is, what's new for me is when 10 o'clock rolls around, because Daddy's getting up early at 6 and stuff. 10 o'clock rolls around, I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, Papa needs a nap around 4 p.m.
I shut it down.
Kind of doesn't happen sometimes when my son goes, nah, not on my watch.
Yeah.
And then I'm usually, if I'm not doing sets late at night, I'm in bed at 9, sir.
Well, a couple
Sleep
things.
by 9:30, y'all.
Couple things that Daddy's been doing secretly you don't know about. Number one.
Fucking dudes. I called it.
Okay.
I fucking knew it.
Nope. That's something that I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
That's something that when I was in college, I went through a phase. Now
You
listen,
still want to leave private.
I'll leave that private.
Won't come out.
But I'll shut it down, as you know. I'll take myself a 20-minute, no longer, 20-minute nap. I'll shut it down.
Power.
Yeah. And there's an app called Waking Up by Sam Harris. It's about meditation. It's guided meditation. I may or may not have been doing that for the past 45 days. And if I seem unusually centered, if I seem like I'm copacetic in general and have deep understanding, if my eyes cause a soothing sort of aura around you, it's not a word.
You're from, well, Aurora is.
Yeah.
Because I'm from there.
But if I have a soothing aura about me that's contagious, it's because I've seen the other side, brother.
Dude, I'm glad you said this. You've seen the other side?
I have.
Is it the other side of boring? Because lately
Brendan.
you've been really boring.
Brendan,
Do you meditate and just makes you boring?
Brendan, I am dealing with
lot.
consciousness right now.
I'm more conscious? Are you Russell Brand?
Here's the problem with fucking
Have you seen
meditation.
Russell Brand's post? Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
God.
I had to stop following him. I was a fan.
That
It's
kind
like,
of
dude.
Yeah, he's like
relax.
Johnny come lately to all this new shit.
God.
Joseph Campbell, which I read in fucking college, and the guy's spewing about it. I'm like, hey, bro, you know, it's like Madonna when she came out. Madonna came out after like she'd been famous as fuck for 30 years or whatever, and she goes, you know what? In the end, I realized that it's all about loving other people.
Too late.
Hey, man, thanks for what I learned in high school.
It's too late. I like Russell Brand. I'm a huge fan of him. I think he's hilarious. Love his movies. He's one of the best guests on Rogan by far. It's a lot to take in though.
Yeah,
You know,
and
he's sober now, but in this direction he's going, and God bless him. Like, click on Surviving a Breakup. Let's see what happens there. And he is a badass because when he broke up with Katy Perry, he's, you know, when they got the divorce, he was owed half her shit. And he goes, no, I don't want that. I didn't earn that. That's not fair.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That I like.
So then he took
I really-
$20 million. God bless him.
I like Katy Perry.
Just kidding.
He's a handsome son of a bitch.
Yeah,
painful
Russell.
breakup.
He's
in my
hilarious
life.
too.
And here is my advice to you on how to survive a breakup. 1, accept that the breakup is the right thing and that it's happened. 2, accept that you can control nobody except yourself. 3, realize that you cannot invest your well-being in the perception of another person.
Take it in,
4,
Brian.
learn to let go and move on. 5, trust that the future is going to be okay for you. That not only are you going to find someone
He's reading a Hallmark
appropriate,
card.
because that in a sense is a repetition of the pattern that you're trying to break, but that you will find in this world everything you need if you are willing to let go of other people's approval as the primary source
Let
of your
go, B.
spiritual nutrition, and instead find...
He does drop some knowledge. Like, there's some gems in some of his stuff, but it's every day.
Yeah, I'm always wary of
What else does he have on there?
self-professed messiahs.
Yeah. At least he's done something, though. I hate the guys who are just motivational for, like, their success is being motivational speakers. Like, they don't have done nothing prior.
Yeah.
They're just motivational guys.
Yeah, he's a sexy son of a bitch, though.
He's a smart dude, too.
He's a yeah.
Very well read,
Yeah.
speaks fucking
Yeah,
intelligent.
he's a former addict who, like a lot of addicts, has had a rebirth and sort of he's kind of like born again in a way, right?
Nothing wrong with that.
And no, but it does create a bit of a. It's almost like he's saying this to himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Trying to keep himself together.
Keep going down.
Like, have
Tim.
I ever said to you, Brendan, in life, no.
Dealing with jealousy. Click on that. This one might be good. He does drop some gems. No, the jealousy one, Jen, the video.
Oh, the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't original, though. This is stuff.
Well, we'll see.
And envy are both energies
Correct.
that, if you can interpret them correctly, are encouraging you to change or to endeavour. Say I'm jealous of someone, oh, they're doing well, look at them, they're really famous. That means, oh, I'm feeling inadequate in myself, like I should be more, that I'm not good enough. Also, I'm judging other people's outsides by my insides. I don't know what other people feel like. But if I'm to glean anything useful from jealousy, what I must think is, what is it that I'm not doing that I could be doing? What am I doing?
He's right, though.
I know.
His stuff is right,
It's all fine, but it's all procrastination. Also, excuse me.
But maybe he's helping people.
Hopefully it's helping young people, I guess. But do stand-up, because you're really good at comedy. Do comedy and acting. That's what he's really good at, honestly.
He doesn't want to
be
do
like
that.
guys like Jim Carrey and he step out of that for a while. And it's a form of a crisis. I look at it as a low-grade nervous breakdown.
Really,
personally.
I don't. I think maybe they climbed that mountain and was like, I'm good, man, and moved on.
It's still a nervous breakdown where they climb that mountain, right? So what drives them is something maybe unhealthy. So what drives them to get to the top is something. Then they realize they have to confront that, and then they come back down. They go, just so you guys know, it's not all about this. I know that. We all inherently know that. I still think he would have more effect and more change in doing what he's kind of really good at naturally.
But maybe he doesn't
finding
enjoy
the answers
doing
for that.
though. Maybe he doesn't like doing that.
Well, so when you say doing that, what I would say is he's doing exactly the same thing. So acting, comedy is just a form of original self-expression if you do it right. And when you're being original with your self-expression as opposed to this, I think you're going to find all the answers.
You don't think he's being original? Damn, you're trying to...
Not really.
You're meditating a little too hard?
No, I don't
Because he might enjoy this. You know what I'm saying?
I think, again, it's a form of his way of coping. It's just another form of coping. I think that what I'm saying is that for me, I don't think it's original. I don't think anything there is original at all. I'm too old. I've seen this said maybe 1,000 times, I think. But I like him. And I think he's penetrating, and I think he's entertaining. Again, I wish he would do what got him there in the first place and and I think he could find fulfillment in that because he could continue to be original in that which he was.
Only he would know
wrote
that.
a good
though.
book.
You know what I'm saying? Only he
wrote
would
a
know
book.
that. You know what I'm saying, B?
Yeah.
Like maybe he's like, dude, I don't feel like being on the road, writing new shit.
Yeah, it's
I want to do
his
this from
journey. It's
my
his journey.
home.
Yeah. Listen, man, it's his journey. He, like a lot of us, is doing the best he can. I like Russell Brand.
I think he's doing what he wants to do.
I've always liked
which
the
is
guy.
huge.
I only met him once. That has nothing to do with that. I've always liked him. Like if he was in a movie, I would want to see it. If he was doing stand-up, I wanted to see it.
I love him every movie he's ever done.
There's something about him.
Me too. I've always been drawn to him.
Yeah, eminently watchable. I think he just you know what he is? He's the rich man's Chris D'Elia. That's what he is.
He's a British Chris D'Elia.
By the way, if he and Chris D'Elia
he's a well-read Chris D'Elia.
Thank you, sir.
From Britain.
If he walks into a room, correct me if I'm wrong, and we love Chris. If he and Chris walk into a room, all eyes on the thoroughbred, and they go, "Who's your? What's the word you used for my shoes the other day? Who's your beat younger brother?"
You're saying Chris D'Elia is an alley cat version of...
Chris D'Elia is the bus and truck version of Russell Brand. Chris D'Elia is the junior varsity that is Russell Brand's D1 athlete. Am I wrong? I love Chris D'Elia.
You might be right here.
He's a beautiful man, but don't kid yourself.
But when he walks in the room, Chris D'Elia gets down on one knee and goes, "Me lord."
You're damn right. And by the way, when Chris D'Elia walks in with any girl on the planet...
Oh, she goes, "Hold my beer, Chris." And sucks him off.
He comes in and goes...
While he sips tea.
I'm taking you... He's got a really high voice. I'm taking your girl to Napa Valley. Do you mind? Doesn't matter. And he goes... And she goes, "Bye, Chris."
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah, he's another level, dude.
Yeah. You know, so
powerful beard too.
Yeah, that's right.
Chris can't
when Chris is around him, tell you something else that happens to Chris. He starts talking like this a bit. He's not even aware of it, but he's talking like this.
Chris starts talking like that.
He's not. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, "No, I'm not really. I'm not really." Fuck. He's influenced by him.
How did we get started on Russell Brand?
If I'm around Russell Brand, I'm probably doing.
How
the
do we
same
go down
thing.
this path?
I don't know, but I like it.
Sometimes guys have an enlightenment. They fuck so many girls. Again, it's climbing the mountain.
Sex addict.
Like he was. He talks about it in Rogan.
Yeah.
He was a sex addict. But John Mayer was the same way too. He came with some interview, said he's fucked north of 2,000 girls, something like that. Why he would tell anyone that, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Probably to help the other guys realize that having sex with all the girls isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, okay,
all the girls.
Yeah.
I'd say it is, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, I forget what he really. If you look it up, Jen, that'd be great. But he
How
talks.
many women he's had sex with?
He came. It's a recent interview. He said, "No, I want to say north of. I forget."
I think Russell Brand is a genuinely good person, though. Like he's.
I would be his best friend right now.
Yeah.
If he was like, "Hey, you're rid of Bryan,
I'm a
be
huge
my
fan.
friend,"
I'm a huge
I'd like
fan.
Bryan. You get a text that says, "See ya."
That's a guy to get on the podcast. Silence.
The famous man.
1,000.
No, that's Russell Brand. I'm talking about John Mayer said recently.
These are all the women he's been with.
No,
And that
there's
dude?
people that are famous that have slept with a lot of people.
No, it should pop up, Jen, if you type in John Mayer. It should be just in the news because it's recent. Reports 500. Come on, John. Hey, John.
I mean,
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You don't write your body's a wonderland and not fuck 1,000.
Hey, Brennan, you played John Mayer, and then I'm going to ask you how many people you had sex with, and then you give me your answer, and then I'll show you my reaction. John, huge fan, man. Love you, guitar. Bro, you've bed some women down. Do you have a number for me?
Pre-writing your body's a wonderland or after?
I don't know, man. Maybe total?
Just off the top of my head?
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Oh, I don't want to.
No, I'm sure it's.
I don't want to brag.
Hold on, let me grab my seat because I know I'm about to freak out. This is going to be exciting. Let me white knuckle here.
How many did Wilt Chamberlain do?
Well, they say north of 10,000. He was a beast.
I did 500. Give or take.
Hey, Brendan. John said he had sex with 500. He thinks that's a lot.
I feel like John's just lying here.
I think it's got to be more than that.
He slept more than 500, but it says more than 500 people. So
Brendan.
Now I have heard around the Hollywood water cooler that he was eventually like, dude, I fucked every hot girl in the book. Why not try out dudes?
Really? I don't know about that.
Yep, and they got on the guitar and got his dick sucked.
I've never had that impulse. When I was a young man, I put up some numbers, and I never once was like, you know what? A lot of girls this past 2 weeks. I need a dong.
Yeah, maybe if you're John Mayer though, you're like, God, your body's a wonderland. You're like playing the guitar. You're like, dude, there's too many hoes around here. Yeah. Hey, bro.
Seen him a couple times in person. May have the biggest head I've ever seen in my life. Never seen a head. Saw Conan O'Brien once. The two of them have
Conan O'Brien has
heads
a good dome on
that
him.
could fit. You could fit a lot.
Now,
of
John
people in
Mayer
their
jump
head.
on stage and do some stand up with Dave Chappelle, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, he's friends with Dove Davidoff. He'll do some stand up with him.
John Mayer?
Yeah.
Talented dude.
Yeah.
Now he's a guy who made it and just said, I'm out.
What's that?
He kind of made all that music and went, I'm good.
Did he?
He just does bullshit now. Like there's no albums. Name the last John Mayer single you heard. He'll pop up every now and
Just
then.
play live?
Like he was on Saturday Night Live just fucking riffing on the guitar while like Lil Uzi was performing some shit. But name the last thing he's done.
Cat Stevens at the height of his power. Cat Stevens at the height. And one of the great folk singers of all time.
Never heard of him.
You never have?
Nope.
As big as it gets. In the 70s, honestly, as big as it gets.
Excuse me?
No, he was an international superstar for real.
In the 70s.
And he went swimming, and he almost drowned. And he said, if I make it back, I'm going to dedicate my life to God. And he kind of saw God out in the water, I guess, and came back and then became essentially a Muslim cleric. Started with Christianity, didn't work, became Muslim, and then came back recently.
So John just kind of, did he release anything new, Chin?
Just an EP in 2017.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not releasing a shitload
very,
of
very
stuff.
short
I don't know if he's just might just have so much money in the bank. Like fuck this grind, man.
Yeah,
a lot of comics do that too, right? Like fuck this. I'm going to do the movies. I'm not trying to come up with new material.
Where do you want me to go in a bus? What?
Yeah.
Right. Where do you want me to go? A bus, which is what musicians do. They were talking about, remember Radiohead, right? As big as it gets. And they were talking about how they would not talk to each other. They'd get on a plane and they couldn't really even look at each other. It's like, they're singing the same song over and over again and they're together all the time. And then they're on stage. And after a while, you start to go crazy.
Well, with anyone though, if you name any of your
Anybody.
4 best friends, if you're with each other nonstop
Yeah.
in a small confined area,
Yes.
perform all the time, anybody, you can get on your fucking nerves. I need my space, man.
So
Plus, you
good.
miss home. Like, it gets a little weird.
Yep.
I don't know how
They
we've
were
done this path.
They were a unique band.
How was your Halloween, man? You dressed up as the.
I was a bridesmaid. I mean, I was a handmaid. And,
Did you post it on your Instagram?
I need to.
Oh, you have it.
I made a video, and I should probably post it now so that you guys can watch it. But it was pretty crazy.
Instead of reading your text, maybe post it so Chin can put it on there.
Oh, I'm going to do that right now. Should I do that right now?
Go for it.
Do it, dude.
All right. Let me see which one I want to do, though.
While he's doing that, you can bring up mine. I was the Incredibles, and apparently it's a popular costume because every fucking dude with kids did the same thing. I think Joe Budden did it. Rob Dyrdek did it. Okay. That outfit didn't need much padding. That's real. I want you guys to know that. My dick was hanging out the front, kind of vulgar.
Your dong was?
Yeah, look at that fat dick out the front there.
Oh, man. He's so cute. You're cute, too, though.
I was talking about my dick, and then you were referring to my son.
I was talking about your dick.
Weird
Your dick
now.
is so cute, I mean.
Yeah, you see it there, dude, just kind of fucking hanging back.
Oh, look at that.
Don't
That's
be mad
great.
at,
By the way, your girl, it doesn't need an Incredibles outfit because she's built like a superhero naturally.
Well, that thing has that thing's just a
That's
tight suit.
stupid.
Yeah.
I've said to her before when I've seen her walking, I go, seriously.
It'll shut down the street.
It'll shut down
What's
the
the
street. I'm like,
problem?
I'm walking behind her. I go, Joe, this is ridiculous.
When we walk down the street, I'm like, fellas, I get it, but
It's ridiculous.
put your tongues back in your mouth.
And I'm talking about seeing her in sneakers. She doesn't have to wear high heels. She'll wear sneakers and stop traffic with that booty.
Smoke show.
When it comes to high heels, it's out of control.
Shut it down. I keep her ass indoors. Keep that bitch indoors.
Now,
Did you post
I
it,
couldn't
B?
be
You
older.
haven't posted it yet?
No, I just sent it to Chin.
Oh, send it to me.
Now that far right, do you think you're every bit of 67 at the bottom
Look at
frame
that-
there?
look at that face
You
of
getting
mine
older,
in the
Bubba.
morning.
You getting older, dude.
I mean, that's terrible. Your face changes. Well, it's also the camera. It makes my nose look.
Yeah.
I read the
You have a
comment on that.
huge
Somebody
nose,
goes, could your nose be any bigger, especially in the morning?
Dude, you
when
have
it's
a
all-
huge nose. You know this. We
No,
both
I have
have
a-
big
I have a
deeks.
dainty nose.
Dude, you have a fucking schnoz.
No, I have a.
The thing is, we're getting older, dude. We're both getting older.
Yeah.
Just yours,
it's not a good thing when you get older.
Well, gravity's really like yanking on
Well,
your
it's
eyes.
yanking on the old eyelids on me.
Yeah, it is.
It's yanking on them. Those are curtains, dude. Like I can't see my eyes.
Meanwhile,
That's
Kat's getting
depressing.
younger as she gets older. Look at Asians, dude. They don't fuck around.
I know. That's depressing. I'm
Your
I'm
face?
I'm not attractive. It's okay.
Why?
Got a good
Chin
personality.
doesn't. I mean, you would never guess Chin's 40-something.
Chin looks
Yeah.
good.
The fucking Asians, dude.
Yeah. Although you get old quick, like something happens where you.
Oh, overnight.
Your eyes,
Cinderella was written for Asians. It's like midnight hits, and all of a sudden they just go 0 to 100.
Here
You
you-
guys turn into
here's what I'm
fucking
gonna post on
Tales from the
Instagram.
Crypt. Yeah, your nose isn't big there at
under
all.
his eye. Under his eye.
That's it, huh? That's what we waited for?
Well,
All right. Well, you tried.
it's my video.
That's a cool outfit, though, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
Did people dig it?
Yes.
Did you understand
People were like,
it?
that's so good.
Yeah, it's good. Pretty simple, too. Like, easy
Very
to
simple.
do, yeah.
A red poncho and a bonnet. Is that a bonnet? That's a habit. We call that a habit, I think.
I call that a cape where I'm from.
No, I'm saying what you're wearing on your head.
Oh,
It's a
word.
habit, so people can't see.
Or a visor.
You know, most societies with women have always tried to keep them shielded. They've always like patriarchal societies.
And I like to believe that someone in those societies looked like my girl, and the guys are like, let's cover this bitch up so everyone's not jacking off
Well,
on the
that would be the
streets.
idea, right?
That's what I think.
Guys can't get
happened.
anything done unless we cover women in cloth.
Makes
know?
sense.
But now in these modern times,
Oh, dude, when I'm at the mall, I'll be with my kid. I'm like, girl, god damn, these young girls with their cut-off jean shorts. I'm like, your asshole is hanging out the back of your pants.
Yeah.
Your asshole is out, young lady.
Yeah.
And as a man, I'm like, Jesus, girl, like something caught my attention.
Yeah.
But also inside, I'm like, you got to put your ass away.
you got to put your ass away.
I'm sorry. Is this?
Yeah.
Is this Sapphires? Is this the strip club?
Yeah.
No, this is the mall, bitch.
Right.
Put your ass cheeks away. I don't know if you noticed this. You're going to notice it when your daughter does it.
I'm not allowed
This
to
is the
look
end
at that
thing.
as I get. I was with Frank Grillo and this beautiful woman stopped us. She was selling stuff for Oxfam, which is a charity, and she was just gorgeous. And Frank and I were looking at her, and we just kind of were nice and spoke to her. And as we walked away, he goes, "I never want to flirt." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I just want to see. We're getting older. I don't want to be the creepy guy."
How old is she?
I understand. She was probably like 22.
Ooh.
So when you're 51, you can't. What you do when you're younger is put.
Look at my face, guys.
Put something on it.
Do I believe you guys didn't look that young lady up
You know,
and
you
down?
look her down, up and down, but you got to do it in a subtle manner. Like you have to say things like, "I love you. What do you want?" No, but I mean,
I'll pay your bills.
I'll pay all your bills.
What's the charity?
I'll pay all your bills. I love you.
Yeah.
But other than that, you want to be more.
Where do you
want to
live?
Yeah, exactly. You want to drive my Tesla? Other than that.
God, these young girls with their fucking jean shorts, man. It's getting hairy.
Well,
out there.
my daughter now at 10.
Wait.
As they get older.
Wait, dude.
And now she's still she's a 10-year-old. But I walked into the room the other day and she was getting changed and she covered her boobies.
Oh, wow.
I was like, hey, and that's not going to happen now. All right,
Well,
you're still a kid.
Well,
Let's
10,
relax.
though, 10.
I know, but she's
it is
she's
weird.
already becoming like a
Dude, how
lady.
about my son is seizure free since I started CBD oil?
Oh yeah, dude.
That's great.
It's
He
amazing.
used to have like one or two, like he was more on the mild spectrum of things, you know. But some kids, like I was watching a thing on, maybe at CNN or TLN, where the fuck it is, but a new drug came out which is CBD, but it's FDA approved. Mm-hmm. But guess how much it is for parents that's not covered under insurance?
I can guess.
$35,000.
I was going to say.
But it's like, but you wouldn't know. Like, let's say, like my dad being an older gentleman, like if let's say his wife had seizures and they're like, "Hey, you need CBD oil," he wouldn't know where to get it.
Yep.
He'd be like, "All right, just write me a prescription. I'm gonna go pick it up." But if you know kind of your shit, you can just figure where to get CBD oil at, especially from a legit place where you don't have to go through a pharmaceutical or a doctor.
Yes. Well, when I was having my psoriasis issues, which no longer I have, thank you, Dan Garner. Thank you, Dan Garner. Dan Garner 88 at Gmail. If you have psoriasis and you want somebody who can really help you, Dan Garner 88 at Gmail, who's friends with PhD Andy Galpin, amazing guy. Anyway, I went to get a cream that my dermatologist gave me. It was a steroidal cream. Now ask me, Brendan, how much a tube without insurance, how much a tube that big costs?
How much?
And I'm talking about a tube like
4
the
ounces
small,
or something.
Yeah,
tiny.
$1,100.
Yeah.
She goes, "Do you have insurance?" I go, "No, I'll just pay for it." She goes, "I don't think you will." And I went, "How much?"
This thing with my son, though, they wanted to do, like, there's medication you can give them, you know? And for some kids who have it, like, really, really bad, you can go those medications, but they found that CBD oil does way more wonders than these other prescribed medicines. It's way more healthy for you because there's some crazy side effects with the drugs they want to give kids. Crazy. Lethargic, changes their mood, their personalities. It can cause a bunch of problems. But since we fucking fired up this CBD oil, zero problems so far.
Well,
Fingers crossed.
I probably talked about this before, but if you have really bad psoriasis, instead of
you're going back psoriasis
instead of
again.
changing your diet or changing autoimmune, right? Yeah. So it can be rheumatoid arthritis, whatever. There's certain what they're finding more and more is that it has something probably to do with your gut, right? That's the newest science. But forget all that. If you have a real problem and they want to give you certain drugs that do work, a lot of times you can't get life insurance because they will increase your risk of all kinds of weird diseases. So some medicines definitely work and they're very important. But
back to this thing with my son. So this drug that they approve, you know, some kids have 100 seizures a day, and sometimes the prescriptions that the doctors give them, they can cut it down to like maybe 80 a day. But CBD oil and some kids the medication doesn't work at all. But in CBD oil, it's cut a lot of those kids from 100 to 1 a day.
What?
That's how seriously.
But this CBD oil is not psychoactively active.
Not at all. So it comes from the same plant.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a completely different strain. It's completely different.
It's a molecule.
It's not psychoactive.
From,
yeah,
right.
it's not so there's no psychedelics. There's none of that with it. There's no high with it. There's nothing.
But it reduces inflammation, or what?
It does wonders, man. I've started since it helped my son so much. I started taking it myself every day.
Yeah,
and you look at the benefits of it, you're like,
oil.
fuck, man.
Wow. And I think in some cases it can shrink tumors and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit, but all they know for whatever reason with comes to epilepsy, it's fucking crazy for the brain. what it can do for the brain that they can't.
Huh.
And FDA approved this, but it's so expensive for parents. It's like, what the fuck you doing, man?
Wow. But that's huge, man. If it goes from 100 to 1.
Yeah, for a lot of
insane.
people. For a lot of people. But again, there's some kids where nothing's working. Can't imagine.
No, that's horrible.
Yeah,
but
shout
you
out
said
to CBD
a lot
oil.
of them times they grow out of it, right?
Some of them, if they're benign, some don't. There's all different. The thing I'm learning, there's all sorts of different forms of epilepsy. It's
a misfiring of the neurons.
Yeah, and they don't know. It's it starts as a child, but there's adults who have it who never got cured. It just depends if it's benign, if it's this type. There's 30 different types of seizures.
Yeah.
From epilepsy. It's fucking crazy.
Your whole body is one big complicated machine, and
so little things.
One thing can go wrong. I was sitting next to a cancer researcher, and he said, "There's a molecule that can decide to activate, and it can cause, and it's like
game over.
It's game over.
Fucking.
It's like what?
Game over.
Well, a molecule. Like, what do you mean a molecule? What the fuck are you talking about? Hey, my dog has what's called meningitis, congenital meningitis, right? So, and
which one?
My corgi. So my corgi for a month wouldn't move, and just sitting like this. My corgi's insane. And took him to the vet. They ran $4,000 worth of tests. I have dog insurance, by the way. Thank God, cost me nothing. And they said, your dog has meningitis. They give him one tiny pill. I give him one tiny pill twice a day, and he is back to 100% normal. It's so sometimes medication can be a fucking wonder drug. I mean,
for sure.
Exactly. Like, he's unbelievable. But it was just a pill that's so fucking tiny, which reminds me I didn't take my Propecia this morning.
Have you been, you're back on the Propecia?
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
What made you want to get back on it?
Why do you think my hair is as thick as yours now?
What do you think made you want to get back on it?
What was that? Why'd your head do that?
I'm just saying, it's not like, it's good.
You can see.
Have you ever seen young pictures of like when we first started doing the podcast?
Yeah, I don't like looking at it.
It's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, goddamn, look at Brian's hair.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, all right? A lot of things change, okay, dude?
No side effects with your Propecia, though.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Laughs at Propecia, bro.
Does it?
Yeah, my dick is like, oh no, what? Oh, Propecia, finasteride. Give me a break. I mean, I have to hold it together with 2 wood splints, but other than that,
you're good to go.
Other than that, I'm good to go.
Dude, are you excited for San Francisco?
I'm really excited.
When's the last time we did a full weekend together? We did Phoenix one night, but one night doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Then we went to that bullshit party afterwards. I want to stab my eyes out.
We'll go eat some good food. I think it.
Tart's in town too.
Yeah, Toscana. I want to go to Cafe Toscana. I think that's what it's called. That Italian restaurant we went to a long time ago. Knock your dick in the dirt.
Dude, did you go to the Italian restaurant where we went upstairs, Yosef's Boy? And it was like a 3-month wait.
Went to that
too.
It
was ridiculous.
Yeah, went to
that place was fucking good. Their boys own it.
The Azim brothers have that shit locked down.
I know, they're not going.
They got that town locked down.
I get in late tonight because I have to do press in the morning. The early shows are sold out, and the other shows are almost sold out. It's like, I'm going to do press.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it's Danny here, KS175. Here we are, San Francisco. Brendan, crazy fight, Khabib Conor. Well, let's talk about it. That was 2 months ago. Yeah. I know, but what's your thoughts on it? Well, I'm trying to sell comedy tickets, so I don't get why.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there he is. Go see him at Cobb's Comedy Club. There he is, fight expert. I'm like, dude, why the fuck am I doing this?
I can't.
Or they bring me in, they're like, Khabib, Floyd Mayweather, break it down for us.
2 things.
And they just stare at me like, that fight's not happening. How do you know? What if it did happen?
Yeah.
And then at the end, I'm like, all right, thanks for having me. No problem. Go see him, Cobb's Comedy Club. He's hilarious.
And by the way, if you are on the East Coast, you'll wake up at 3:00 a.m. your time and go in and do a bunch
and
of
feel
press.
sick to your stomach.
Sick to your stomach.
Oh, Bubba, I stopped. I don't do those anymore.
No,
it's the only diva move I do.
I don't blame you.
Because I love Cobb's, I was like, yeah, I'll come and do. But other than that, I don't do it anymore. You know when I stopped doing it? I stopped doing, I think when I was in Spokane, I woke up, Spokane's a weird market for me. The shows were good, but they wanted me to do press. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And again, it was all like, just the fight breakdown or football. I'm like, how's this selling comedy tickets? Like, ask me about some other shit, man.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Made the comment, like, not doing it anymore. Can't do it anymore, man. No. I'm set. I'm all good.
It's
such an old school way of thinking. It's so old school.
Yeah,
you have to be in your car at that exact time, listen to that exact station. Like, All right, yeah. Oh, he broke down fucking Khabib Mayweather? Yeah, I'll go see him do some comedy.
Right.
It's very strange.
Right. That's exactly right.
And then there's some radio stations that are great and they get it.
Yeah.
And they know how to set you
well,
up.
some do. Some have been around so long that they have this loyal listenership.
Yeah.
So, like John DeBella in Philadelphia is amazing.
Who's our boy in Phoenix?
The boys, John
MC?
Holmberg
He
is
was
the
great.
best. I love that guy. Is fucking amazing.
He was
in
great.
every way. Yeah, and then what the hell is it called in Philadelphia? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm bringing that
Out here too.
Those
There's
guys are the
what is it?
greatest.
Frank and Kevin and Bean. Kevin Bean is
Bean's
fucking great out here.
They're great.
But we never have to do press out here.
no.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
Although I might do it for my special, but
Steven, fuck, what the hell? Steven.
those guys though, they wake up at fucking 3 a.m. every
Yes, they
morning,
do.
and it's a tough gig,
Yes,
man.
they do. Yes, they do.
Here we are, 95.7 The Vibe. Thanks for tuning in. We're sitting here with Brandon Schwab. Brandon, good to see you. Good to see you. You used to do a bit of fighting, I understand. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Brandon
And then this
Schwab.
is my favorite. So what was Ronda like? How was that?
Oh, God.
Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Oh, God.
Your last fight didn't go well. Talking about the fight 6 years ago? Correct. Well, I'm here. What? All right, man. I'm not even in that world anymore.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't it worse?
I know. If we do this for another 10 years, my nose will be too big to fit in this room. Because apparently your nose and your ears grow as you get older.
I know. You're
Can't
going to
wait.
suck up all the oxygen.
Can't wait.
And I'm going to have to kill you.
I'm going to have to get myself a young nose job or something like that.
Yeah, nose job wouldn't be bad, dude.
We got to figure out something about the eyes and the nose.
The eyes are easy to fix. Nose you can't really fuck with because it changes your demeanor.
Voice. I don't mind.
Dude, I didn't realize. I saw a picture when I was young before I broke my nose on Ultimate Fighter. I almost looked completely different.
Yeah, you do.
And then I had a nose job.
Let's find a young.
I had a nose
Brennan
job. It's
job.
like, well,
Let's find a
not
young
like a
Brennan.
Hollywood
Your
nose
nose
job.
was sharp.
My nose got
Your nose was sharp.
sharper. My nose
Yeah.
got broken.
I noticed that.
And then they had to fix it. And then my fucking shit.
That's too young.
Nope, that's too early. It would be none of those. Nope, none of those.
Before
Look at
Ultimate
your
Fighter?
face.
This looks different.
Nope.
Yeah, that does look different.
That was at
Look at your
that's at
nose.
Broomfield Event Center after I knocked
Look
out
at
a
how
guy
young.
named Jay Leister in 53 seconds.
Dude, I like you with a shaved head, man. You don't miss having a shaved head.
Nope, killing it with this long hair. And I see what you're doing is because my hair is crushing yours. You want me to shave mine?
No, I just
so
think
yours doesn't look so
no,
shitty.
you should probably just take it off.
You wish.
You don't think it's in the way and it takes a lot of time to fucking moose it down and all
Dude,
that
if you have a
shit?
mane like this, why would you
No,
want
I'm
to cut it
asking you a
down?
question. Just take it down.
No,
There you go. Look at
I
that.
broke my nose there. That's right after I broke my nose. Literally 2 days after.
Man, are you a young kid there? Yeah,
What's
take
this
it
here?
down, man. Just shave it off. There you go, right there. Go over to the hybrid over there with the tattoos. The skinny hybrid right there. No,
Which one?
One more. One more over here. Nope. Go to the right. There we go. Right. Nope. In the middle. Here you go. There you go. There.
His shirt off.
What the fuck, bro? All tatted up and big as shit. I don't
know.
recognize
That
you.
might have been on.
I don't recognize you.
I don't recognize that guy.
It's a crazy picture. Your ears normal? It's not even that collied
No,
out?
that Myers the exact same.
Nope.
Yeah, that's the same ear. That ear's fucked up. That's my right ear, dude.
Oh, that's your right ear.
Yeah, that's this one. Young Brennan, different nose, bro.
What'd you weigh there?
Had a nose job. Probably 238 there.
Yeah, you look pretty skinny. Skinny kid. Kind of big bully boy. Long arms. Congrats. Congrats.
Yeah, you need a nose job, dude. Click on that one with me and Bryan on ridiculousness. Check out the hair on Bryan there. Not great.
Well,
Thank you.
guy.
Thanks for dressing up for MTV. You got the wrinkliest shirt on. Look at your collar, dude.
Jesus Christ. That's depressing. I'm depressed now. I mean, it's like I'm a guy from, it's like, hey, aren't you, bro? No, you're supposed to be on the political show with the guys over there. You have to sit on the round table with the old people.
Getting older, bro.
I don't like it. I'm gonna fight it.
Getting older, man.
That's a good shot.
Good times.
Yeah. You see through my head though. You can see my skin.
Yeah, you can see it
But
starting to go
that's
there.
What's wrong
At
with that? Yeah.
least your shoes are laced up super tight
You know,
because you
those
have
are
to run.
greats. Those are great.
Those aren't greats, are they?
Yeah, those are the greats. Yeah.
Oh, those are the ones that are a little stiff.
Yeah, those
Stop
stiff,
wearing
a
them.
little stiff, but they were good. Stiff and good. And you got your suede and just the big boy.
Am I wearing Chelsea boots there? Nope, those are
shiny. Those are those stupid
with the paint on them.
expensive paint splashers.
No, hey, can I say something?
Gecko
Can I
shoes
say something?
used to climb the sides of buildings.
Can I say something? You always wear shitty clothes, like that's your thing.
No,
but those shoes are the worst you've ever worn.
That's bullshit.
And you have no socks.
Yeah, these shoes are.
Look at this.
These
Look at
shoes
his
are
fucking
John
kicks.
Fluvog, and they're comfortable, and they're 100% leather. So kiss my ass.
Well, welcome to 2018. Most shoes are leather. So
Yeah, well,
these are awful.
These are special.
And why are the laces taken out?
Because it's just the style that kids are wearing nowadays. Because I can't be hemmed in by style. That's a good shot right there. That's where it's like Bryan Callen's a good looking guy. I mean, come on.
See, that was like teetering, like right, and then it went boom, like right there. Look at us, some dime pieces there,
Couple
dude.
of good looking guys, especially in black. Like that's a blue.
Yeah,
dark
yours is blue, but whatever.
I'm wearing dark blue.
Yeah, you're in blue, double blue, and I'm in double black. Those are the Guys' Choice Awards. And we saw Kendrick Lamar and went, you went, who's that guy?
I did.
I went, that's the greatest rapper on earth. He went, that little thing? I went, that little thing.
He's a small man.
And then Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro came out. Remember Joe Pesci's full crazy now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And then there was De Niro. I like that picture. That's a very good picture of us. Couple cutie pies right there.
Chan, Kat, what do you guys got going on this weekend? Let's get off reminiscing about the old days when me and Bryan were much better looking and poor.
Nothing much, just working.
That's all you do is work, Kat?
Yeah, except for yesterday. I was going to go out with my friends, but my dad came into town for a business trip last minute.
Oh,
so
Papa Cat in town.
Yeah. So
what's
I
he
had
doing
dinner
out
with
here?
Papa Cat.
Business.
Papa Cat. He's doing business? Business, quote unquote. Did your sister listen to the last podcast?
Yeah, she did.
Any notes, recommendations?
You're a smidgen too light for her. And by a smidgen, I mean like yeah.
I can tan.
Smidgen too light.
Don't do blackface, though.
No,
you get to a certain point when you tan a little too much where you're like,
no, I can't. I haven't tanned in forever. Yeah. You guys fucked up yesterday because Chin and Kat took a picture together, and Chin introduced the world to Kat and tagged her profile. As soon as I saw that, I went, well, Kat's going to get a lot of dick pics now.
Had to happen eventually.
Do you actually get dick pics from guys?
Yeah,
Really?
I recently got 2 of the pinkest dicks I've ever seen in my life.
Pink
So
and
they
angry?
send you-
Like they were like rubbed out?
They were like pink and sad.
They send you a picture of their dick.
Was it
Yeah.
straight up? It's called a dick pic.
It looked like
Hey.
it was.
But I mean, so you always, as a woman, when you get that, you're going to expect to get at least a couple of weirdos.
Yeah. For some reason, only white dudes send unsolicited dick pics, though.
Well, now you said that, you can get a bunch of black ones.
Well,
You don't hear Asian guys sending dick pics, really.
yeah, no.
Well,
Well, what?
I mean,
What, Brendan? Say it.
you know,
Just saying.
I would, hate to make an assumption. You'd assume black guys send more dick pics. But I knew you were going to get them, Kat, because I've never tweeted out or blasted out your IG. For that reason, I was trying to protect you from the onslaught of dicks.
See, dick pics aren't attractive, but what is attractive
weird
is I
looking
think is like
organ.
the gray sweatpants, like
Oh,
what the
so-
game does, like the dick print, but not the
Yeah.
dick pic.
You know, I'm the same way with ladies.
need the print.
Yeah, I don't like the full blown, like, get your pussy out of my face. I like in a thong, like a thong. You know what I'm saying, B? Like, let my imagination do some work.
Exactly.
I don't need you to fucking put out the whole fucking enchilada.
I got one for you. I was at the West Side Brewing Company. Back in the day, it was a comedy thing we'd all do. Everybody would do.
In Santa Monica?
It's in Westwood.
Okay.
And so there was a girl there, and she saw my act, and she was putting the full court press on me. And she was with a comic, I can't remember. And she dug me. And so I gave her my number and stuff. And we started talking or whatever. And we started talking, and I said, if you're bored, she sent me a picture of herself. And I said, love sexy pictures. If you're bored, feel free to send away. Just whatever.
Yeah, just
whatever.
Yeah.
I am not exaggerating.
By whatever you mean, trying to jack off.
I'm not exaggerating. I get this. I'm really like, so at first it was like this picture of her, like, this with, I could see kind of like just her cleavage. I was like, Jesus.
Just like your top pull
Yeah,
down
I
a little
swear to
bit.
God.
Like a shoulder.
I am not fucking kidding. The next picture, and I'm going
wait
to do
for
it
this.
for you. The next picture, and it was this, and I'm really not joking. Watch this. opening and doing this. Open. I went, oh, and I didn't know how to respond. So I was like, what do I do here? This person's crazy. And I got too much. I go, and I don't want to hurt your feelings.
No, not at all.
Not at all. It's fantastic.
Gone.
Meanwhile, I find out she's a porn star. And then I saw her, I didn't see her. I saw her at the brewing company the next time.
Yeah.
And she smelled so strong and bad.
BO or cum?
I don't know what it was. It was bad smell.
Ugh.
It smelled unhealthy. And then I saw a thing where it said, and I looked her up. I wanted to see, I looked her up.
Would I know her?
And it said, such and such smells like ass. So even the guys that work with her know she's. I was like, well, none of this is good. None of this is good. You're a disaster.
So aggressive.
You sent me a picture of your shitter.
Ugh.
As you're peeling your other parts open.
Oh, God.
And you smell like ass. There's something.
Everything went
wrong.
It makes you feel sick.
And you're doing porn in LA.
I don't get why they do it.
It's all wrong. It's all wrong.
What's
she
like
loves
the
comedy. She's a nice girl.
It's like the guy where whatever slides in the girl's DM and then she's like hi and he's like she's like get fuck
yes,
bro
yes.
Jesus
it's like
that was not an invitation for a giant dick pic.
Read the room.
Know the room, bro.
Yeah. We're all swimming. We're all wading in the pond. We don't need you to cannonball.
Yeah, dude, what are you doing? God, it's nothing worse when a girl does that.
I mean,
God damn,
what
girl.
are you doing?
Fuck. Like, I don't like strip clubs. I'm not a big strip club guy anyways. But I don't like it when it's full nude.
No.
I like underwear on top. Now, I don't mean like granny panties, but like a thong is sexy to me.
Yes.
I don't need the full blown,
Yes.
I need your asshole in my face while I'm trying to eat these fucking chicken wings. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, I'll eat there, Chin.
You sure don't.
Yeah, I'll have roast beef there.
Yeah. How
You have
about
nice
this?
prime rib.
Close up of me and my.
Fucking in my face, like, God damn, bitch.
Oh man.
I know. You don't see guys fucking slap you on the fucking head with their dick.
I don't need any of that close up shit all the time.
Me neither, man. I don't even porno. I'm like, God damn it. It'll fuck the whole vibe up.
100%.
I'm gonna have a nice time jacking off alone. Then if they go too much and God damn.
Have you ever gone through, like, if you're looking at porn, you go to Pornhub or whatever, and then
This is
there's
recommended?
there's a fucking, you're like, dude, and then all of a sudden you just see a chick with a guy with tits and a giant dick banging another guy with tits and a dick, and you're like, I didn't put that in there.
Tits and an Uzi. Like, it's literally, you're like, damn, little bit of titties, and then they're just like, and it's like, well, I gotta look. That's impossibly giant.
What do you call it? A GIF or a meme where you see the repeat?
Yeah, and I'm like, why is it doing that?
You're fucking.
Or sometimes mine would recommend fat chicks. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
Why is it so fat?
Or you get an old lady.
Oh, dude,
super
grannies
old.
that like the fuck. I'm like, nope,
all right,
don't
man.
click on that. No, but I'm with you. Sometimes they say recommend one, and it's just this fucking she-male that's pretty face, huge tits, and just this fucking machete for a cock.
Great tits, great face,
tits,
but you got a giant
but
dick.
holding it like it's a fucking trophy fish, like this, like it's a trout.
Banging another gal with a dick.
Dude, it's
whatever
very
you call it.
weird. Apparently, a lot of guys look at that stuff.
This is what I want to say. Make up your mind.
But also, how did you get such a giant dick?
Well, because they have a woman trapped inside of them and just heavy machinery that they have to work around.
Well, and then they have bubble butts sometimes. It's confusing.
It's confusing.
My brain's like short circuits. Like,
I know.
Like, what are we doing here?
Let's remove that or decide.
Well, do I click on it? It's 13 minutes long.
Oh, I mean,
what's going on?
I do have a 13-minute window. I could take a nap.
15 minutes.
I could take a nap, or I could watch that.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to think about it.
Yeah.
I got to check it out.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe I'll.
And sometimes I'm halfway through before I even realize it's a chick with a dick.
Right.
It's weird.
Maybe
dude.
I'll yank it out. I'll yank one out.
You know what, Sean? You know how I don't understand is when guys that watch animation porn. What the fuck? They watch cartoons fucking.
I know.
You know what? Now I say it out loud. Shin's that type of guy. Shin watches that animation porn where it's like an octopus with 7 dicks for tentacles fucks a girl.
Chin gets Botox and he watches that so his face doesn't move.
Same time.
It's strange.
Yeah, he just has a frozen face. Sasso used to do that to me, right? I'd be on the road and I would just get a picture out of nowhere. He'd drive by my house and either he'd take a picture. I used to have my house used to have a little window in the front door. And I just get a picture of the inside of my house, or or I'd get a picture of him holding my 2 kids in each arm.
It's hilarious.
And his
He'd
face,
stop by.
like, he'd have a dead face.
Dude, sometimes you'll send me a picture, or someone will send me a picture, and if I'm like boarding on my flight, and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh shit! Like I have to put it down. Like what the fuck?
I got a picture of
like when I sent you that lazy dick of mine when I was in Utah
the upshot
on Friday.
Dude, the upshot.
No, was it up or down?
Yeah, herniating out of your.
Yeah.
You pulled your underwear down, and they were pushing your nutsack up and tight, and then you had this. Your dick was kind of. It was sitting like that's the
angry.
only. The sound effect for it is.
It was angry and lazy.
Yeah, it was a problem.
Looked like your nose.
Hey, get that out of here. That's what I wanted to say. Get that out of here, man.
Should we do some current events before we get too deep in the
let's
porno?
Go for it.
Please, let's do that.
Please, for the love of God, let's do this.
So, footage came out of a daycare fight club.
Fuck's sakes, man.
See this.
4-year-olds?
A 10-year-old took this fight club video with his iPad. He's with older kids.
A 10-year-old did this.
That's his little brother crying after 3 fights. One teacher's excited, jumping up and down, while the other teacher puts Hulk fists on.
Jesus Christ, man.
Mother Nicole Merciel cannot watch without crying.
He doesn't understand why his friends were fighting him.
That's horrible, man.
He got beat.
I would be so fucking angry.
Yeah, it'd be if those were male teachers, it'd be tough for me not to go in and be like, you want to do Fight Club? When the kids aren't in, I'm like, let's do Fight Club. Put those gloves on. We're going to do Fight Club. You guys don't want to fight either? Neither did my son. So now you're going to fight. And I'm going to lock the door. I'm sure I'm going to get arrested for this. But both of you are going to fight each other now. And I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
And then I'm next. I'll fight the winner.
You're tagging
and
in.
then even if you win, you're next.
Yeah.
There's going to be 2 of you.
And then you're going to start throwing some bones and beating people up.
If you do that to my son, yes, that's how it's going to go down. Now I'm going to get arrested.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do a lot of time, but I have some good stories. I'm going to get a bit out of it. So
Yep.
it's worth it.
Yep.
So you're helping me.
That's amazing.
That's ridiculous, man.
That's bad news, man.
God, what's wrong with these fucking teachers?
And the police will not prosecute the 2 women who set it up.
Why?
We're not sure.
Where's this at?
Probably
Missouri.
because you can't show any like actual harm, so the kids aren't bruised and beaten up, but they're scared, or one kid didn't like it and the other kids were roughhousing and playing, right? So when I came home the other day, my son's 2 friends had my boxing gloves on, and they were going at it. These are 6-year-olds going at it. I mean, crazy. I had to stop them
Yeah,
because they
don't
were
know.
hitting each other in the face and laughing.
Yeah, they don't know.
Because they're too weak to hurt each other, so they're just fucking wailing on each other, wrestling, and it looked brutal. But
Well, the problem is that the kids were crying upset and they didn't
some
want to
kids are very
fight, and
sensitive.
they'd make them fight.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
like my son's sensitive. These 2 kids are not. My son wouldn't be into it, but those kids would. So it depends on the personality of the kid. Because those 2 kids look like that.
Here's the problem. Even if your kids are into it, this isn't okay. Even if 4-year-olds are into fighting each other, that's not okay at daycare in any facet, any form.
Yeah.
Why are those gloves there? Why are you allowing these kids to fight? You're getting paid to protect these children.
So
They should not have work. They should
She
be
admitted
fired.
to having the kids fight with each other with the Hulk hands to release stress. So
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
4-year-olds need a release of stress. That
it didn't last for more than 4 minutes, and that none of the kids were hurt. I mean, I understand. I understand how you put on these Hulk gloves and they're little kids and they're playing around. So I can understand they're already being roughhousing.
Yeah, if it was a random thing, kid brought him for like show and tell, then 2 kids start going at it.
Yeah.
But
It's possible those women are not bad. It's possible
God,
that
that one
were,
cheering like that's a little weird.
I think they just don't. They're just
As a
They
teacher,
might be,
probably kinda
but it
slow.
might have been just a dumb
Exactly.
fucking thing.
That's
Because
what I
actually,
think.
when you're around those little kids, just having kids at that age, and I've seen it, when you have kids like that, they start to roughhouse, and they do actually. Boys will play rough. I've seen it 1,000 times.
I know, but listen, I get it. My son's as rough as they come.
Yes.
Any teacher that's celebrating like that can't be around my kid.
Oh, but she might have been.
You're a
She might have been being
teacher.
enthusiastic, like, yeah, you know that. You know,
like she might actually think that she's doing something good
Yeah,
for the
like,
kids.
let's put it this way: we saw.
Then you
we
can't
saw
be a
5
teacher.
second-
No, you
can't be a
But
teacher.
we
of
saw
course
a
not.
5-second clip, so we have to be careful a little bit. There might be, if the circuit attorney's office is not prosecuting, my guess is there's more to the story,
Yeah.
and it looks a lot worse. Now, if you are going to do that, though, I understand the mom crying.
Here's the
because her son
thing.
was crying.
Here's the problem. It's 30 minutes of kids fighting.
She said it was 4 minutes.
No.
The video was 4 minutes.
Daycare cameras recorded more than 30 minutes of the kids fighting.
Yeah.
An older son texted her saying that the daycare was making them fight. The news station also quoted police reports saying that the 2 teachers were fired over the incident. So there must have been something here. So they got fired. And I said that St. Louis Attorney's Office declined to prosecute.
Yeah, so fired but not prosecuted.
Okay. Look, man. Yeah, I mean, I'd be bummed out if my kid was crying. Here's one guy. Man defends dressing 5-year-old son as Hitler for Halloween. And he said, "We love history." So now that's...
Wow, that's
Jesus
a hardcore outfit.
Christ.
Wow.
Where did he
Eyes.
go in that and not get sucker punched?
That's incredible.
Incredibly dumb.
Well,
What a fucking
I have
moron.
another word for it. Incredibly racist, maybe, right? Like, yeah, he's enjoying that.
A Kentucky man, all right,
Come on, dude.
who wore a Nazi costume, dressed as 5-year-old like Adolf Hitler, is defending the outfits. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
The daughter wore a fairy costume, so that's good. The photo was taken down on Thursday.
Yeah, he's a racist, and he's obviously a neo-Nazi.
Anyone who knows us knows that we love history and often dress the part of historical figures.
Okay. Yeah. So you're wearing a Nazi. I mean, that's
What a
somehow
moron.
that's a real outfit, and somehow I think he wears that.
Yeah, that's just not. Yeah,
Somehow I think
something's going on there. I mean, that's a
The
legit.
kid is
fucking
just
outfit.
hardcore, man. As
Oh
Adolf
my
Hitler.
God!
Come on.
What a bad
A
dad!
mass murderer.
Jesus Christ, man!
And that symbol that was responsible for, I don't know, 8 million deaths probably. Not just Jews, but gypsies, gay people, anybody.
People dressed up as El Chapo and Pablo Escobar too, though.
I would suggest it's different in that Hitler
All poor taste,
yes, but and I agree with you, poor taste. I understand El Chapo and stuff because
Really?
Yeah,
You mean innocent people he killed?
I think it's terrible, and I agree. But I somehow understand them as being sort of characters in the news. There's this folklore around, with narcos and stuff. I can get it. That though, with that symbol, you're wearing a swastika, sir.
That's pretty.
You're wearing a
that's way
swastika.
definitely worse.
Come on, man.
I don't approve any of it.
Right?
I wouldn't do El Chapo or Pablo Escobar, but I also wouldn't be that offended if someone came as
Like I know
Pablo
what you
Escobar.
mean.
Now, if you're from Guadalajara, if you're where my girl's from, and the town's been terrorized by him, and you wear that, people are like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, but that right there, you're addressing your son as a guy who's responsible for beginning a war, starting.
I mean, one of the most evil men of all time.
Yeah.
And racist,
But also the fucking symbol of
dude.
the swastika.
yeah.
There's no mistake.
And
how you
then
feel.
don't make the kid fucking get involved,
incredible.
man. Just
That's-
because you're not
his
intelligent.
daughter's dressed, I believe, as Eva
a fairy.
Braun.
No, she's a fairy.
Oh, okay.
Close, but a fairy.
Eva Braun was
Yeah.
Hitler's girlfriend.
Very close, Brian, but that's
Yeah.
a fairy.
Do you know that Hitler? Do you know 2 things about Hitler that would surprise you in terms of? Do you know how he ate?
He was a vegetarian,
Thank you. Do you also know one other thing? He was supposedly.
drug addict.
Nope.
He was though.
Celibate.
He's a drug addict too, though.
Oh, I don't know. He was.
Yeah.
I never read that. He was celibate.
For sure, a drug addict. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
I never read that.
yeah. His doctor came out with all the stuff they used to give him. Crazy amount of drugs.
Celibate though, for sure. Celibate, didn't have sex. Probably had very small genitals.
Probably why he's so upset.
Yeah. Didn't get into the
Blitzed.
Vienna.
Cocaine,
Cocaine,
opiates.
yes, I knew, but opiates, a lot of opiates.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably to stay awake. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They said he'd work around the clock, and he was on a lot of drugs. And at the time, they didn't know they were like that bad. He just
Right.
took them, and then the Nazis also took him. That's how they got so far. A lot of times, through
And
the
he
night.
would salute like this, and they would salute like that. It's really weird.
Yeah, as private physician. That's what I read. I read this book about Hitler. I don't know why people were into that shit,
Well, you should read about.
but describes the
Hitler.
role
Hitler
the
was
role
one
of
the
drugs in Hitler is interesting to me.
Yeah, one of the most significant. He's one of the most significant figures in the 20th century and in history, and also actually has to do with where we are today in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, he'd also do a lot of hormone injections.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
With,
Back then, German.
fall of 1941 with the first opiate, but especially with the first hormone injections. Then in the 43, the third phase starts with the heavy opiate phase.
Wow.
Motherfucker would do some drugs. Crazy. He was a fucking vegetarian though, right? Loved animals.
Well, he was a big proponent of like the Upanishads and sort of the so the Hindu scriptures and how they wanted to organize society. So Plato's Republic, which was Plato's Republic, one of the most famous philosophical treatises, was sort of how Plato's argument for how to outline a society, right? Philosopher kings at the top, and everybody has a caste system, and the Hindu belief has a caste system,
yeah.
right? So he wanted the Third Reich, which was the new Germany, essentially, was going to mimic a caste system.
And the Jews were the untouchables,
racial purity,
right?
Racial purity on top. And then ultimately, he wanted to create what? The Aryan race.
Like the ultimate
Aryan race,
society.
yeah, the Aryan race, and all the other races that were brown, what he called the mongrel races, of course, with the Jews, all of them had no place and had to be exterminated ultimately. So the final solution that he talked about was getting rid of first the Jews and then ultimately everybody else.
He's going to work his way, yeah. Jews were just first.
But he had enormous respect for the British Empire and actually for Japan and tried to create an axis of power between them. And he thought the United States was powerful, but their racial policy didn't work, and so he thought they would implode.
You fucked up.
Yeah, he was a real what's called an ideologue.
What else you got, Jen?
Do you guys ever watch Better Call Saul?
Mm-mm.
No?
Never have.
It's on Showtime, right?
Bad,
I'm not sure what channel
it's on. Showtime?
It was on the same one as Breaking Bad.
Yeah, was it on AMC?
I think it was AMC.
That's AMC then.
Yeah. I think it was AMC. So there's an actor, this guy, who's on that show. He's also in a movie called The Men Who Stare at Goats with Clooney.
Okay.
And apparently, this is on Barstool. He cut his own hand off a while back and posed as a wounded warrior to get these jobs. So he took a skill saw, cut off his own hand, and a psychotic.
He deserves it.
Oh my God.
How bad you want it, B? You want to be Batman? Cut your fucking hand off.
That guy's crazy.
Holy fuck. But here's the problem, though. He acted like, was he in the military?
No. So he lied about it. But he's coming
sketchy.
clean now. It's been on his conscience for a while, so he's letting everyone know. He doesn't care if he loses future acting gigs.
Let me see that picture.
Holy fuck. He cut his arm off to get roles in Hollywood.
Bro.
His hand.
Well, it looks like, that's so nuts.
Dude. How did he do it?
Skill saw.
Do you know what
in a
that
psychotic
is?
episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, there was that one guy who cut his hand off and sent the video to the FBI because they had his brother in jail, or they were going after his brother, and he was like, he showed them how fucking tough he was, and he cut his own hand off like that. You know that story?
No.
Sent it to the FBI and said, "Here, motherfuckers, come get us."
Was the FBI like, all right, cool, man, now
Well,
you're
they were
without a
like,
hand.
Jesus, this
Now
guy's-
you're way easier to identify because of one hand, you moron.
No hand.
Damn. He said just the, wow. That is fucking nuts. The stolen valor thing, I agree, can't be forgiven, but you gotta respect the dedication.
He just sounds like he probably has major episodic.
Now, would you cut off a finger to be the next being the next Pirates of the Caribbean, like the next 5, make like $600 million? Would you cut a finger off?
Which one?
I'd cut my pinky off.
Yeah, not my thumb.
Yeah, no, I need my thumb.
Need my thumb.
There's no roll. My thumb, pinky.
Take it.
Batman.
Take it. How
Pirates
much
of the
money do I
Caribbean.
get?
You're trying millions, bro. You can have Johnny Depp's career, but you're not going to be so shitty with your money.
You know, I don't want to act like that. I don't want to be on set all day.
I would put up with some shit for the amount of money he got paid. I would wear that fucking. I mean, you do it now, B.
What's that?
I said you do it now.
Yeah, but I love the people I work with. I don't know about film. It's like a lot.
What if you love them though, and you're making 30 at least a fucking movie?
Yeah.
You would
30 a movie.
Oh, he makes more than
What
that.
would I do with the money, Brennan? Like drink really good wine and yeah, I would. Of course, I
Don't act like. Don't hey. Come on.
But what would
hey,
I
it's
do,
me
dude?
here. Don't act like.
What am I going to
you're
do?
good.
Go to Europe and be fabulous?
I would
Get
wear
my
scarves.
face-
I would wear scarves
Get my
like
face
him.
tucked the fuck up.
I'd get fucking neck tattoos. God, so I wonder if this guy, if people are like, damn, that's badass, he did it for the craft, or if I'm like, fuck this dude.
Well,
I've never heard him, so I don't know a lot of movies.
They're going to say fuck him because he's impersonating someone that's a war veteran.
You think?
Yeah.
imagine. I think. I mean, you know,
It's not like he's been killing it, though, is it? It's not like it's like, what? Like if they're like Robert De Niro cut his finger off, you'd be like, what the fuck? After all these years, but with him, it's like, all right.
I just think he's a strange cat.
Oh, you think? You'd have to be a real psycho to cut your own arm off.
Brendan,
and then pretend you're in the military.
You and I know guys that are borderline this, don't we?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know guys who are a little bit like this.
And you know what? Even without the arm, you just miss.
Hate
to tell you, just because you have both arms isn't the reason you're not Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he got a lot of...
So when you cut it off, you're still not Ben Affleck. Now you're even shittier, and now you're in even less roles because you have one arm and we can't cast
He did it for acceptance. He did it because he wanted to...
He knew he was going to get like these kinds of roles.
Yeah.
You would think someone would do some research like because if you're around Matt Best, like the boys from Black Rifle, and they'll find out, man. It's very easy for them to figure it out. They ask him like 3 questions, like, "Oh, you're full of shit. Get out of here."
I have another thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? Maybe he didn't cut his own hand off. Maybe he lost it in another way, and that's a second story. Because
never know.
Usually, you'd pass out before you can get through that bone.
I mean, I severed my hand with a skill saw. That's what he's saying. The state of my mind was a psychotic episode. How about this? God, probably not that either.
You're right. Maybe it's some bullshit like he got his hand stuck in the fridge or something like that and it broke.
I was dishonorable. I'm killing my career by doing this. If anyone thinks this was for personal edification, that's not the case.
What are we going to do without him?
I'm ousting myself from the New Mexico film industry, and gladly so, just to say what I've said while he wasn't taking his medication, but now he's back on his meds and wants to tell the truth. Look at my eyes. I know they're hard to see anyway, but look at them now.
I don't buy it either. Now that you say that, it'd be pretty tough to take a handsaw and go zzz.
Yeah.
Unless you just like this. Yeah. But then you go to the hospital, there's going to be records of it. Yeah. How'd you do it? Well, he'd probably just say buzzsaw.
Well, if you're willing to lie about being a veteran, people check that out. It's real easy. It's like you, whenever I say, that guy fought professionally, and you go, he did? Where? What's his name? And then you go, I can look it up right now on my phone. And I'm like, no, because. And you're like, no, not because. And I'm like,
Well, you also same how Matt Best can figure out those fake soldiers, I can figure out fake fighters. What gym, who. Yeah. It's about 3 or 4 questions before they go down this weird road. You're like, oh, you're full of shit.
Yes.
Go entertain the actors. I'm out. What else you got, Chin?
Let's take a look.
Now, do we want this guy on the podcast? Sure. I'd love to hear the story.
Wow.
Go ahead.
You guys could figure him out, you think?
I'm just
saying if you want.
I would have him on here and ask him some questions.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming out clean.
He sounds
nice and crazy.
Yeah, he sounds like a very nice guy who probably
a little batty.
May have maybe a little batty. That's all. I'm sure he's a good guy. And I'm sure he's complicated like all human beings. I'm not ready to say he's dick.
Now, my boy who we've had on the show who works for Discovery Channel for Shark Week, who got his arm and leg bit off by a fucking shark, might have something to say.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? By the way, he might have had a psychotic episode. He might have cut his arm off. And then he might have said something like, I'm fucked for life. And then he got desperate and came up with an idea. And it worked.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're desperate and you're terrified and you lie, it's okay too. Like I'm not judging the guy, man. I don't want to judge the guy. I don't know what it's like.
I want to be his friend, but yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I don't know.
You know what? I just don't give a fuck.
That's a cool hand, by the way. It's a pretty cool hand.
No, homeboy, our boys is way cooler. That strong fucking death grip carbon fiber one he had, the mechanical one.
Would you rather lose a pinky or a pinky toe?
Oh, pinky toe, easily, dude.
Well, you need it for balance.
My hands, bro.
That's
you need
the thing.
Your pinky toe for balance, Brandon.
That's the weird thing about the toes.
My parkour would suck. That would suffer, and I'm not willing to give that up.
Yeah, pinky doesn't do too much. I mean, grip would be a little bit of an issue because you need that little pinky to hang on to the bar.
Forest carry and for boxing, it wouldn't bother me.
All right, what else
horrible.
you got, Jim?
It would be terrible. I saw this on Johnny Knoxville's Instagram. It's about a squirrel getting his nuts caught in a fence.
Oh, shit.
It's so terrible. But check it out. Well, here's a better video of it.
He says you think you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Damn, that squirrel has some fat ass.
Look at that.
That is no kidding. This squirrel's balls are stuck in the fence.
How terrifying.
Help him out.
Hey, you. You got some issues going on there?
Well, just push it up, dude.
Problems, buddy?
I think it's much harder than that.
Does not look too happy.
You could just take the board and go like that too.
I would try to do that. Oh, poor little guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
help him
terrible.
out instead of filming.
Well, they did try to help him out. So they took a wooden stick and pried it open, but the first stick broke. So can you imagine, like,
It came back.
it probably like slammed on it again? And they don't even say like for sure that they freed the squirrel. They say they tried to help free the squirrel.
Squirrel had some fat ass nuts.
Those are huge.
Those are
Just
big old nuts.
That's what your nuts look like when you sent me that dick pic.
Jesus, those were some fat nuts. God damn.
Just slide them over. Poor little guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But he would
who
bite you, right?
Nah.
Not just
he
the
can't
nuts.
bite you through
God.
there.
I would get like a leather glove or something and then and do that, like lift them
Yeah.
up. But
Yeah.
it's hard to think at that moment.
Yeah. That
God
I
damn.
wonder how often that happens too.
Not often, Jen. Not often. One in a million at least.
That's weird to get your nuts.
I wonder how he got his. He's probably just running like, yeah.
Yeah, just trying to go over the fence.
He's like, see you guys. Like, God damn it.
You know how they catch baboons, right? You know how they catch baboons? So they'll take you can probably look this up, but they'll take, they'll put a treat into a bottle. And the baboon reaches into the bottle, grabs the treat. But now he tries to pull his hand out, but he's got a fist, but he won't let it go of the treat because he's too stupid and greedy.
Oh wow.
So he'll pull, but now he's stuck in the bottle that's stuck in the ground. And that's how they catch you. So they do that. They do that too.
But can he get it his hand out if he releases the
yeah,
treat?
but he won't release the treat.
Wow.
So baboons won't release the treat.
Wow.
It's a good example of what happens. It's a great
You're
metaphor.
greedy.
It's used often as a metaphor for greedy people.
What's the other one? Pig.
Like you're not willing to let go. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. That's how they catch them.
What else you got?
They used to
Jen?
kill wolves. The Eskimo used to kill wolves by they take a sharp blade and they would put a piece of meat on it, or they put some blood on it, and the wolf would come over and lick it. And then the wolf would cut its own tongue and keep licking, and be like, "This is delicious," and keep licking and licking.
And he wouldn't know his tongue
And
was
then
getting
would,
fucked
that
up.
would bleed to death.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Come
a
on,
horrible
wolf.
way, but it's the
But
way
also
they would,
be smarter.
It's also the way they deal with wolves because wolves.
Yeah,
would,
they're
steal
terrible. Yeah, they fuck people up, man.
Well, in the winter when they would starve, they would come and eat all your food. Or kill your dogs.
Sakes. What else you got, Jen?
All right, this is in China, and this is the PLA, the People's Liberation Army Air Force, and this is a guy trying to throw a grenade over a wall. This is a training thing, right? And he hit the wall.
Live grenade?
Live grenade. This is a training exercise, and his trainer had to save him. So I'll show you the clip here. Let's go back over here. So there's the cadet.
And you can't make it over that wall.
Check it out, because he panicked.
Is this Korea?
China.
Their camo's cool.
You're always going to have one
So
spaz
check it out. See it? Hits the wall and he goes here.
Shit.
So then he had to dive into the safety area, and then it blew up.
Not as big explosion as
No, it doesn't make that much.
It's still a training grenade, but it could kill within like 6 meters.
I bet.
Yeah.
Wow.
that was
Come on,
a terrible
bro.
throw, bro. Let's learn how to throw. You fucking.
First
First of all,
being a
watch
soldier-
this. If I'm just, hey, throw the tennis ball first. Throw the tennis ball first, so I can make sure you're not a total spaz.
No, if I'm not fucking his general or whatever, I'm like, hey, take this rock, throw it that way for me. All right, here's a grenade.
On the Goldbergs, we have a lot of child actors, and this kid was 18, and he had to throw dodgeball, and we had to shoot him doing that. And he had been a child actor his whole life. He didn't know how to throw a ball. I'm not kidding. And I went, well, that's crazy. But he just had never learned. He'd
Nothing
never
wrong
learned
with
how to
that.
throw a ball.
Sometimes,
It's
yeah,
just natural. You just get so insulated in what you do.
He never had to.
Yeah.
He never had to learn.
Yeah.
If you're at recess with regular kids, you're going to learn.
Yep.
You can go home to your dad, I got to learn to throw a fucking ball.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know how to throw a ball.
That's crazy. That guy probably shouldn't be a Marine or whatever he is. What else you got, Jen?
All right, this is pretty sad. Has to do with Stephen Bonner. He's fine, but he was arrested for felony DUI.
His mugshot's tough, too.
He looks freaky. And this is his third DUI. I had no idea.
I like Steven. He seems like a really nice
He's
guy.
always
fun
been,
guy.
Yeah, he's always been really nice. Where's this? This Nevada?
Yeah.
Poor Steve.
Reckless driving on freeway Nevada, being charged with misdemeanors. And then he was freaking out, though, right?
Yeah,
Like
so
something's
people had
happening.
to. So a bunch of people had to like get him, hold him down.
Maybe head trauma.
That's what I
Bums
would
me
say.
out.
Be head trauma, not having any direction where to put his energy.
Yeah.
So you need a fucking
He
perfect
looks
storm of chaos.
bummed out. He just looks like a man at the end. God damn it.
That's tough.
Yeah. Good
Definitely
guy.
tough.
What else you got?
All right, let's go to this one. So today, there's going to be around 200 or so Google employees walking out because of there's this report that came out in the New York Times about someone that used to work at Google who created the Android. And there was a sexual misconduct scandal. And there was enough evidence. The investigation showed enough evidence that it was credible. So he got the boot in 2014, I think it was.
Okay.
And then it turns out that Google paid him $90 million severance package, which...
But he created the Android?
Yeah.
Jesus, well.
Okay.
But I mean, so that in itself was kept under wraps. It was kept under wraps. They didn't say anything. And then since then, in the last 2 years, 48 people in Google have been terminated for sexual harassment.
Okay.
13 of them held senior management or higher positions, but none of them got a severance package at all. So they feel like Google's protecting this one guy.
I mean,
the one guy who created the fucking Android,
but I mean,
who made him a ton of money.
But that's what they're saying, that like such a huge company, such a big deal. That's why so many of their employees want to like walk out to say, "Why didn't you treat him the same way?"
Bye, Felicia.
As the other people that did the same
Felicia.
thing.
If you invent the fucking Android phone,
I mean, but you know what I'm saying. He so the thing he got caught on was he made someone suck his dick, like an employee, like he coerced.
Made her,
though? The story is coerced. So here it is.
I don't know.
Google gave Rubin a reported $90 million exit package in 2014 following an investigation into allegations that he had coerced another employee to perform oral sex on him. The investigating employee found that allegation to be credible.
Well, what do you mean coerced? Like, what does that mean?
That's a good question.
You gotta get on your knees and suck. Like, what do you?
It's
what
like
do you
tricking
mean?
or
Did you have a
something,
gun
right?
to the person's head? I don't know what that means. This stuff is all crazy.
So people
and these Google employees some of them are so fucking like indoctrinated.
Progressive, overly progressive,
huh?
Overly progressive.
Yeah, they're so liberal.
So people are upset that this guy
they found out he got $90 million
exit package, and they think these other guys should get something.
No, they don't think anyone should get it if you're going to be caught, convicted or whatever. Or if the investigation shows that you did do it, was credible, then you should probably not get it.
That's not the way it works.
That's what this is all about.
But that's not the way business
works. And keeping it hidden.
Like if you're going to terminate someone's contract, and if the guy invented the goddamn Android phone, they owe him a certain amount of money. Even if he is a shitty person, if you don't want him at your work, you got to pay him something, right?
Whenever
I get it. They should say, hey, these fucking predators should get nothing. I get that. But when the guy invented the fucking Android phone, you can't just be like, oh, you're fired. Thanks. Get out of here. He's like, well,
you're
no.
not allowed contractually.
He's gonna be like, well, no, hold up.
You lose your money. You get sued and have to pay that anyway, first of all.
Yeah, that guy's gonna be like, that's fine.
Yeah.
You fired him for sexual harassment. However, the work I did provide for you has made you this much money.
And
I'm going to go my separate way, but you owe me this
These are not
money.
criminal trials. These things are internal, and they look at the things and they decide yay or nay. And there's a lot of pressure to fire somebody based on accusation now.
But hold on. So, 48 people have been terminated for the company for sexual harassment in 2 years.
Well, it's a huge company.
They got a problem.
No, I don't agree.
But
it might be a huge company. Every company
48?
has that. Every company has a huge number.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But I was talking to Kat about this before too. She's like, "Well, what is the harassment? How can you know for sure what type of harassment it was? Was it like saying you're beautiful
we don't know
or
that,
something?
But
Yeah,
just do average terminations of sexual harassment.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to judge because this is a new environment too. So there's a zero tolerance policy, right?
But the thing is, if 48's high.
Like
48's high. Like that prison that Whitey Bulger died in, there's been 3 deaths in a year. That'd be high. They have an issue. They have a real issue there.
It's high if it was. I'd say it's high if the environment was wasn't so sensitive, right? I think right now anything goes, and it's
let's say 48's. Let's say 48's high, and the next average is 20.
Yeah. Well, here's what I have to say. Google to me, I got nothing for them right now because when they fired James Danmore, and I read that memo twice, when he was trying to help out in an internal memo and show exactly the differences between men and women to maybe explain why there's a discrepancy between programmers who are men and women, and he got fired for creating an unsafe work environment. I'm so against that. James Danmore.
What's he do?
I'll give you the info about it. He was a brilliant programmer, and he internally tried to say there's a disparity.
Oh, he was on Rogan's?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I love
that was a while ago.
And he's a smart guy. And he was just all he did was cite the credible science.
But I wonder.
And he got
I hear you, B. I hear you. There's cases. I'm just saying. I wonder what the average is. Like Google might have a fucking problem though.
Well, with that many men and 5 women, you're gonna have. Yeah, you're probably gonna have.
But like Nike, like what's Nike's? What's Amazon's? Like these other companies that are maybe equivalent to the employees. Like, I wonder what.
Let me see if I can get that figure.
You know what I'm saying? I wonder what per. Let's say how many employees does Google have?
So the one thing is that there are a lot of cases that are filed, right? So can I give you an example? My friend, and it got dismissed. My friend was accused, and what happened was he had to stop working for 9 months while they went through this whole internal investigation. Okay, so the minute there's anything, you can get in trouble. And when somebody gets fired,
I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is, if 48 men were fired for sexual harassment, they're, and I'm sure
years,
are 48, are all 48 just animals? Probably not. Yeah. But there's probably an issue.
Maybe.
How many people work in Google?
Oh gosh.
Now, I don't want to say the
like
worst
Google
at
has
searching,
some
Chin,
pretty-
but
It's not the worst. 72,000 full-time staff.
It's a lot.
72,000
as Alphabet.
48 out of 72 is.
But it would be in the
And that's all over the world,
No, it'd be in the
probably.
office, Jen.
By the way, it could be all over the world. Different offices.
How many people work in Google office?
How many? Let me just do this. How many Google company employees?
No, because the company's going to be.
I think
it could be
offices,
subcontractors. It'd have to be. I'm assuming that
Could
40
be
people.
subcontractors. Could be a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
When you have a company that big, you're gonna deal with all kinds of shit. They probably get sued every day. You have lawyers on full time. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on.
There are 72,000.
That's a lot. You know what? 48 out of
And it
72,000.
says, hold on. It says
Over
half
2
of them
years?
are at the headquarters. Yeah. So 35. So let's say 35,000. 48 out of 35,000. I don't know the odds. Is that high? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Like, what's like? How many does 9?
I think in a
sound
company that many people, it's impossible
Oh, for sure.
not to
I agree.
have.
It's just like having guys on the football team out of 100
Yes.
dudes.
You got.
You're going to get 4 or 5 bad
Dicks.
apples.
Yeah.
They're going to be
Even
issues.
48 out of 10,000 is not a lot.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Even 48 people out of 10,000. It's
not a lot.
just like a blip.
But I wonder what the.
What
you
is
know what
that?
I'm saying? Like what in other like high. Like Amazon,
But 48
Nike. Well, what's Apple?
I also think
What's Apple or
those things
Facebook?
are hidden. So
Yeah.
this is like a
So
breakthrough thing
because
that
they're
they
not,
found
because
out.
they're not. So part of it is because they're not
Transparent.
Because they're not criminal things. What happens
We
is
don't
you have to
find
be
out.
very careful about making them public because you can get
They
sued.
could sue, yeah.
So what they do is it's
You know
all,
what I'm saying? Be
it's
like,
all
I wonder
internal.
how many are in Apple. 'Cause Apple's fucking
Sure,
huge.
a lot. Well, Apple's also an international company, right?
But I'm
So-
saying like The Office.
I know that my father, who worked at Citibank, which was the biggest bank in the world for a while, or at least one of them.
Yeah, huge.
The number of when you actually look at stats, like so credit card fraud back in the day. I don't know if it's still true. They know that no matter what with credit cards, they issue out all the credit cards. No matter what, there was a number. I think it was 2.2% of all credit cards go out there are fraud. 2.2. They 2.2 of the
They know
population
that.
are just shitheads.
Yeah, you know that's going to happen.
Yeah, and it's always like that. So there's a certain thing that going in. Your lawyers will say, well, you know that, and by the way, 48 of 72,000 is what, 0.01% or something crazy? You're going to get that no matter what. And then you get a bunch of these progressives who
Yeah,
stand there.
I'd be fascinated to find out where
Workers'
they
rights or
stack
women's
up
rights.
compared to the other equal companies.
Google is.
Because when I heard 48, I'm like, Jesus Christ. But it's like, no, they have 45,000 employees.
When you work at Google, it seems a pretty safe place. There might be some issues, but in comparison to the rest of the world.
Well, here's the
feel like
thing,
they're
though.
okay.
That Google guy who whatever grabbed your titty, sexual harassment, he would be that guy where there's that Google, Nike,
Correct.
the coffee store,
Correct.
Payless Shoes,
Thank you.
Finish Line. Like, it's not a Google problem.
No.
It's a man problem.
Exactly. Just
It's a lot
It's a-
bigger than I
It's
imagined.
a bad dude, a bad Apple problem.
Yes.
I don't think it's like chaos.
They're around the world. They're staging a war. So,
I don't think it's the purge of sexual harassment going on right now.
I mean, they're all.
All right, what else you got, Chin?
Wait, well, check this out.
Hopefully
It says
someone
that-
sends us all the sexual harassment numbers.
Well, it's going to be hidden. The reason why these were exposed is because there was like a.
Maybe someone on the dark web might have that shit, bro.
So it looks like they're all around the world. Google offices all around the world. People are walking out.
But is that 48 out of all the world, or is it just their office?
No. People were doing the walkouts.
No, I know. But I'm saying the sexual harassment cases, is that just from one particular office, or is it all the employees around the world? Because it's all the employees all over the world, I don't give a fuck. Because you're talking about how many employees?
Also, we don't know. Like I don't even know if he did get that package. I'm again.
Oh, I bet
I'm
he
also,
did.
I'm
Yeah,
also
no,
not
they know
impressed
he
with the
gave
New
that
York
package.
Times and their explosive exposés a lot of times. I know too many people who've been the subject of over the past of the New York Times.
No, it's pretty well documented. That guy got that payout.
Well, he said it was a gross exaggeration. So sometimes that number is also tricky because those numbers that they throw around are very, very tricky. Depends on what you mean by 90, how you break it down and stuff. A lot of it's a lie. Honestly.
Interesting. What else you got, Jim?
All right. Well, this is just a little thing from yesterday that was cool. The Reese's Pieces candy converter. So if you were in New York City and you were by this candy converter, if you get like crappy candy, you just put it in the machine and it'll spit out Reese's peanut butter cups.
So awesome.
Because I would put candy corn in there.
Candy corn for sure.
Fuck candy corn. Fuck.
I would put God, a ton of stuff. What else?
I had a Babe Ruth, and my daughter was like,
bro.
I do. My daughter goes, I'm not eating that.
She didn't like it?
She didn't like Mars bars or Babe Ruth.
Mars
She's
bars
like,
are some
ew.
bullshit too. Mars bars are like the poor man's fucking Milky Way. There's no caramel.
Yeah.
Butterfinger, I fucking love. That Reese's Pieces, fucking shout out to Reese's for doing that.
You know what? Reese's Buttercups.
Hey, but not just in New York. Let's put that everywhere. My son loves Reese's Pieces.
He does?
But he's so bougie, he likes the fucking ones you get that are made out of almond butter. What's the ones you get at Starbucks?
He likes Reese's Buttercups.
No. He likes...
not Pieces, but...
Well, no, yeah, the Buttercups. But he likes the... was it like Jacobs? God, they're from Denver. Makes almond
Justin's.
Butter. Justin's. He likes Justin's
dark chocolate
almond butter
Fuck.
cups. Yeah.
Yeah, those are amazing.
What else you got, Chin? Shout out to Reese's.
Oh, this is not a big deal, but Kylie Jenner bought her mom, Kris Jenner, a $250,000 Ferrari for her birthday.
Just for the fuck of it?
Hey.
Just for her birthday.
She makes so much money. That's like me buying Bryan a fucking Baby Ruth. What else you got?
All right, let's go over here. This thing.
Oh,
Whitey Bulger.
Dude, I've been deep into this. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I didn't see who it was, though.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Jen.
All right, so you know who Whitey Bulger is. He's the guy that he's the reason why Dana White says he left Boston because of this guy, this crime boss.
Complete bullshit. But carry on, yeah. Yeah, come on.
So he was a mob dude. Mob that was absolutely terrible.
Winter Hill Gang.
Oh, he was he was.
You know more about this, Brendan.
He ran
Go for it.
Southie. He was.
I know about the killing.
Winter Hill Gang. Obviously, he was murdered in prison. He was murdered by a guy who's from another mafia, but he's known for he's in prison because his friend snitched on him. So this guy fucking hates snitches. So when him and his boys found out Whitey Bulger's getting transferred in, which is suspect, they paid a visit to his cell. And do you know how he died, Brian?
No.
Well, they put batteries in socks and bashed his brains in.
Locks, I heard.
Locks, and then tried to gouge his eyes out and cut off his tongue. Because snitches get stitches.
Well.
And you know what? Whitey Bulger deserves it.
He's 89 years old, and they got him finally.
They said they beat him so bad he was unrecognizable.
Yeah,
they couldn't. They're like, and what's crazy is you see in the tape, two guys walk in, beat the fuck out of him, come out covered in blood, come back in with a mop because there's so much blood. They're trying to clean it up, like soak it all up.
So basically, because he was a snitch, they killed him.
Yeah. But here's the thing about Whitey Bulger, a lot of people don't realize, is sure, Hollywood's made him this fantasy and this badass stuff like this. He's the worst of the worst when it comes to being a mafia guy. Because what's the one thing in mafia? You don't snitch on people. He's the ultimate snitch.
Yeah.
And why? Because he's an FBI informant. So the only reason he got big is he was an FBI informant. So they go, all right, we'll give you tips on what's going on, but you got to give up everybody else, which is how he made a career.
Yeah, and that's also how he killed people apparently, because they told him who was telling on him.
Correct. And did you know he was also a pedophile? Did you also know that he killed innocent women?
Yes, he did. I know.
Did you know he killed an innocent man who's a father? He just ran by and shot because the guy he was with they thought knew something. He didn't like him, so they killed this innocent man. Terrible person. Like he gets glorified in movies and stuff like that.
Piece of
and
shit.
I watch all the shit about him, but you're talking about a real piece of shit.
I thought Black Mass
Psychopath.
was a good movie.
I love Black Mass is one of my favorite movies.
But he's a bad guy.
Oh, you're talking about a bad,
and he was a
dude.
pedophile?
Yeah, there's certain stuff with young girls, 14, 15 years old.
I'm sure the guy like that. There's no barrier. Whoa.
Bad dude. But the guy who killed him, Freddie,
Giaz. So him and his brother used to work for another mob dude. And then that mob dude, he was a hitman for that mob dude. And then that mob dude turned on him. And that's why they were going to give him at least like a lenient sentence or leniency on sentence. He's like, nope, I don't do that. I don't talk. So he stayed in. That's why he has so much aggression towards that Whitey dude.
And the reason he's in is because they flipped on him. So when, again, for mafia guys who are in the business, Whitey Bulger's not looked kindly. Like, no one's admiring what he's done. Everyone's like, that guy's the biggest piece of shit in the world. You're talking about he made a deal with the FBI, the feds, to get where he's at? Fuck this dude. And then snitched on everybody. So that's why when he got caught, when he was getting indicted, literally all his guys turned on him. They gave the whole fucking lowdown. Then he was on the run. They caught him in 2011 in Santa Monica. Yeah. Right? We're over there all the time, right there. You know how he got caught? So he was gone forever, and they were like trying to figure out, there was I think $100,000 reward, something like that. They couldn't figure it out. So they went, let's go after his girl. So his girl would get her teeth cleaned all the time and get her nails done every week. So the FBI got smart and put out all these things on his wife. If you see this woman, let us know. And they caught her first and then caught him. Wow. And then what else is crazy is with her is she's so gangster. They went, hey, we'll give you a shorter sentence if you let us know who Whitey Bulger was dealing with to last this long. Like, give us the other names. And she wouldn't turn. She wasn't a snitch. Yeah. She wasn't a snitch. Even with that.
She's a badass. She's 67 right now. She's been in jail for the past 7 years for harboring a fugitive. This guy's interesting, though. Handsome guy. Looks good for 51, my age. Looks way better than I do.
He's not 51 there.
Oh, okay.
That's not a current mugshot.
That's when he went away, probably.
Yeah.
Do we have a current mugshot of this motherfucker?
I'll look him right now.
Whitey Bulger, 89, though. Him and his homie decided to fucking gouge his eyes and cut his tongue off. Yeah, it's a bad way to go.
A rough one. Let's see him. I like him with his glasses.
Let me get something that...
This guy was a hitman for the mafia, so he's already doing a life sentence, so what the fuck does he care? This man waited 38 years for revenge. Jesus Christ.
No. Let's see that other picture.
I clicked on it, but it's going to take some time.
Back there.
Well, you can see him here, right?
Looks like a choir boy, man. Bad guy.
Whitey Bulger, though, man.
He still looks young.
He was getting transferred all around, too. He was getting transferred in the last place because they said he was so charming with the lady who was like his therapist. He charmed her so much. He charmed her into getting notes from his wife. And once they found that, like, oh, we can't have this, so they sent him off.
Crazy.
Piece of shit, man.
Yep.
And he owes like the families like whatever $38 million in fees, which they can't find the money. So they sold a bunch of his shit, like auctioned off like his sunglasses, his chains, jewelry. Pretty crazy though, man. Winter Hill Gang.
Yep.
But yeah, it's weird because in that movie, Jack Nicholson plays him in Departed.
Yeah.
Where you're like, damn, this guy's a badass. Or when Johnny Depp plays him,
They
don't let you know about how big of a scumbag he was. Like, obviously you kill people, so that people fantasize about those mafia guys in the movie. When you look into like what the shit he did with like little kids and fucking women, you're like, oh fuck this, a real
bad guy, or sociopath. That's right. Human beings are objects, and if they're in the way, they're in the way.
And they said a lot for him changed when his son died. His son got sick, ill, and died, and they said that, and then his mom died the following year. They said he was like...
They said that about John Gotti,
too. They said he was normal before that. Like, when I say normal, like just doing normal mafia shit. But then once his son died, and then once his mom died, they said that he just went full, like...
Yeah, it's a little bit like
cold.
Saying when he gets drunk, he's an asshole.
No, he's just an asshole.
You're an asshole.
I agree.
When I get drunk, I'm really nice.
Yeah, me too.
So are you.
Yep.
You know?
What else you got, Chen?
I heard that he also, on 2 women that were... either someone that worked with him, and he was afraid that the 2 women were going to tell on him. It was like a mother and a daughter. He beat them up and then pulled their teeth out.
Killed them, pulled their teeth out.
Killed them too?
You'd always pull their teeth out so you couldn't identify the bodies.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
All right, so this is Louis C.K. I guess he was protested at the Comedy Cellar by some women.
Fantastic. But how'd the show go inside? You're talking about the sold out show and the fucking standing applause that he got?
I feel weird about this too. Like, if you don't like him, just don't go to the show.
I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do. I guess. I mean, what exactly do they want though? My question is, do you want him to never do stand up again? What do you want him to do, or do you want him to wait another year?
What punishment fits that crime? Is it losing his developmental deal with FX? Is it losing millions and millions of dollars for his animation?
For asking,
is it losing millions of dollars because he couldn't tour last year? Like, what's a good enough discipline for you? Is because if $30 to $40 million in a penalty fee is good enough for you, then I think he's done that. Yeah. And also remember what he did. You're talking 20 years ago. Yeah. B. This isn't current. Right. You're talking shit that was forever ago. And he goes, yeah, I did have a problem. I'm different. I've changed now. Because everyone goes, what have you done to do better so it didn't happen? He goes, well, I haven't done this in 20 years.
Also, it doesn't matter. Nobody believes in change. Nobody believes. That's my whole point of when you did something like, okay, so can I give you an example of me? I remember when I was 23, I was arguing with a woman about, she thought that gay people should be allowed to adopt children. I was ignorant. I was ignorant.
Said no?
So I was 23, 21. Oh, wow. I was like, I don't think that's right. Because I didn't know. It was like so new to me. I was like, what? And then gay marriage. If you had asked me when I was 22, I would have said, no, it's for a man and a woman. And I would have had but I was given an idea. Yeah. Then I got older and I got more educated and I met gay people and I thought about it and I had people give me strong arguments for it. And now I would say to you, of course, I think gay people should adopt children because I know gay people that have adopted children. Their children are doing great. Of course, gay people should be able to be married because I'm older and I've become more educated.
You're not the same guy you were 20
I wasn't
years
ignorant.
Ago. Yeah,
I was an ignorant young man, and we're all ignorant at one point. That's why education changes you. So Bryan Callen was a different guy when he was 22 in a lot of different ways than he is now. But nobody's interested in that change. Nobody's interested in that. What you did then means that's who you are now and you should be punished for life. And that's my problem with the left. I don't know what they want. What are you guys exactly looking for? How much is there any sorry that helps? You know what I mean? We have a system of law. If you rape somebody, if you kill somebody, you go to jail, you do the time. We know what that justice system is. This kind of public shaming, I'm not sure where the persuasion comes in versus the punishment comes in.
But here's the thing.
That's my issue.
Here's the thing. These protesters, the loudest ones, that's not the audience who are paying for tickets, stuff like that. They have nothing better to do. They think their calling is doing this. They're probably miserable with their lives. In all honesty, he's good. Most people don't give a fuck.
You and I were with
the people on the internet who are up in arms, all this stuff. Weird, because if Louis did a theater show right now, it would sell out.
You and I were with two big club owners. They own lots of clubs.
Yeah,
and both of them were like, they have their finger on the pulse. They were like, Louis C.K. right now could sell out any theater he wanted, any big theater
anywhere. He'd do an entire tour around America and sell out. So, because the loudest ones,
America doesn't give
the loudest ones barking. Yeah. No, a lot of people are like, Louis lost $40 million. Hold on, and he did this how long ago?
Yeah,
no, yeah, he's fuck man. Yeah, he's paid his dues. Yeah. But then these women, they're not gonna be happy until he's dead, broke,
but that is
bankrupt.
What it is. They want total destruction.
Yeah, but they're not shit. Yeah. Like this shit, like if you're Louis, you're like, yeah, all right, I get it. Have fun with that. I don't know what you want me to do. I said sorry.
You can follow me around the country, I guess.
You can follow me around. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna be at a sold out show next month in Missouri. I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah, that's true.
What else you got, Jen?
That should be it, man.
All right, dude.
It's good stuff. We talked about important stuff. Brandon,
we did, dude. We did, bro. You and I are gonna be in San Francisco, man. I want to say thank you for doing it. It's going to be fun, dude.
I can't wait.
It's going to be fun. The early shows are sold out. Late shows are almost sold out.
Still some
tickets. tfatk.com. Friday, Saturday night only. Brian and myself will be at Cobb's Comedy Club this Friday and Saturday. And then in 2 weeks, I'm in Sacramento. Go ahead and bring those dates up for me, Chin, like always. You're sending dick pics. I will be in Sacramento at the Punchline, Brian. We've done that together before, too.
Yes, we have.
Punchline, and that is in 2 weeks. Punchline, Sacramento. That is November 16th and 17th. Then after that, I'm in New York City, one of my favorite clubs ever. New York City Gotham Comedy Club. That is November 30th through December 1st. Then after that, I'm in New Mexico, December 7th through the 8th. And then the Grand Old Hago. So San Diego, January 19th, Spreckles Theater, my 1 hour comedy special for Showtime in San Diego.
Can't wait.
One night, 2 shows only. My friends are going to be there. performing. Couple friends, bro. Be cool, man. tfatk.com for tickets. That's it, man. I will see you San Francisco this Friday, Saturday with Bryan and myself. We're going to have some fun. We'll be around. See us around San Fran. Say what's up.
I'm excited.
We'll be in short shorts and our dicks out the front.
I'm excited.
This is The Fine Kid. We're out.